And we're going to start just coming back to a comfortable seat. And this could be on your mat, it could be on a bolster, raising your hips up, could be in a chair to start this morning. So go where you're comfortable. So, excuse me. So, whether you're in a chair or seated on the floor, kind of check in with yourself, right? Just as you move onto the mat and into your yoga practice, it's a good time to just transition, right? Transition from all the things going on outside. So, the sounds in your home, letting go of the to-do list and all the things that are preoccupying your mind. And even letting go or just noticing what kind of how your mindset is this morning. Does it feel positive or negative? Does it, are you in a comfortable place, or is there more tension, worry, aggravation, uncertainty a lot of us are feeling right now? So just notice that, right? Just being aware of what's here. Right, quietly close your eyes, just drawing yourself into a nice tall posture. And maybe just notice how your posture is. Does it feel a little more rounded or kind of collapsed in the spine? Or can we kind of draw up a little taller where you feel a little lift behind your head? So the chin and the head are gently drawn back over so your ears are over your shoulders. Just noticing what's here as you shift inward. To notice the body, notice the breath. It's just self awareness, right? We shift into just observing and letting go of any judgments of where we think we should be or expectations of how we should feel. Just allowing ourselves to be with what's there, just as it is. So, as we do this, we just start to deepen that breath, right? So, notice your breathing. Allowing yourself to relax a little bit, soften a little bit down to your sitting bones. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Softening a bit behind the eyes and the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. And just letting your exhale soften your belly, allowing your hips to settle down to the earth, right? So we're here, we're present in our lower body, like that sense of moving back into our physical body, allowing the legs to rest, the arms to rest. We arrive back into this physical body. And just breathing in and out, present moment awareness, subtle sensation. Starting to explore just where you might hold tension or tightness or openness or ease. Just notice the tip of your nose and just start to circle it towards the right, just a tiny circle. And each time you circle around, just make the circle a little bit bigger, as if the head is isolated movement from the spine. Right? We're just letting the head have a little freedom to circle. The neck and cervical spine are relaxed until that circle gets as large as you're comfortable with, maybe a small ball, playground ball size circle. Coming back to a neutral head, just noticing today where you carry tension, where you have ease. Let's start the opposite direction. So a quarter size circle to the left or counterclockwise. Slowly your nose circles get a little bit larger. Not rushing. Just being really aware here. If you run into any rough areas, you slow down and you just explore a little bit more slowly, somatically. Right aware. As we come back to a neutral head, just pause. Right, have your chin level with the floor. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders and lift your elbows up. And take a breath and just draw your upper arm bones back away. You feel that stretch across the sternum, the collarbones, and the chest. Then exhaling, bring your elbows together. And just isolating this movement nice and slow, right? Just feeling the stretch across the chest. Exhale, elbows forward. And noticing the rotator cuff in this front side of the shoulder joint. Breathing in to expand. Breathing out to bring your elbows in. And maybe take one more of those, just exploring how does this feel today in the shoulder joints. And then we'll pause, just bring the hands back to the lap. Gently lift your hands, close your fists gently. Just feel the connective tissue of your wrists circling, isolating, noticing. Allowing the breath to be even and deep, but relaxed. A nice soft rain happening outside right now. So allow that quietness of a soft rain to enter your movements. Let's draw the fingertips back, flexing the hands. Drop the fingertips down. Just do this about 6 times, right? Just flexing the hands, and dropping them down. Attuning to that quiet self-care. Just what's here right now. I like to sometimes bring in just a gratefulness for each part of the body, if that feels fitting for you today. Just being thankful for each part. Let's Go ahead and stretch our legs straight. Flex your toes back towards your shins and start to circle your feet, right? Just finding the connective tissues of the ankles. Allow your knee joints and your hip joints to just be soft. Move slow as you circle your ankles. You're kind of have some movement in the whole leg, right? Just warming those joints, feeling what they feel today. Eckhart Tolle says, when we feel the aliveness in our body, we're awake to the now, just what's here. Instead of rushing ahead and looking behind, we get present. Pause with your legs straight, point your toes, and then flex your toes back towards your shins. Gently press your toes towards the floor. Pull your toes back, stretching the Achilles and the calf muscle. Right? Just noticing if one side feels different than the other. Good. So this Wednesday morning body, this morning body that can be different all the time, right? Let's bend our right knee in and just let it drop out to the side. So external rotation in that right hip and then internal rotation. Just gently press towards the midline. Inhale, dropping your knee out to the side. And exhale, feel the femur bone move to the midline. And just breathing in and out, right? Just assisting that rotation. Noticing your hip. What's here today? So you can notice the soft padding of the foot return to the floor. Spread the toes. And then slide that leg out. Let's try the other side. Bring the left foot in. Soft padding pressing down next to the leg. And then drop the knee out. Inhale and exhale. You could even close your eyes and just really sense into the shape of the hip. If there's any roughness in that movement, or is it smooth? Right, we start to really get to know this physical body a little better, dropping into it rather than existing always in our head or outside ourselves. Fully embodying, right? Each part. So let's bring that foot padding right back to the earth. Spread the toes. Slide the leg out straight, right? Flex both toes back towards your shins. Take a deep breath in. Stretch your fingertips to the sky, so nice tall spine. Inhale. And exhale your hands next to your hips, keeping that tall spine. We're just going to press into the palms as you lift and lengthen upwards through the crown of the head. The back of the knees are pressing down for Dandasana pose. Nice tall posture. So you find length from crown, from tail to crown, base to crown. Right, and take one more breath. And release as you exhale. And let's come around onto our back. So just stretching out in a nice full body stretch. Our joints a little warmer. Have a block right next to you and maybe a strap if you use one. We'll come all the way down. And just take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Let a sigh out through your mouth. So it'll sound like a just opening the mouth, letting a nice sigh come out, releasing tension. Okay, one more time. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Releasing a big sigh through the mouth. Good. We'll bring our hands back down by our sides, bending your knees. And let's go ahead and grab that block. So you could use a pillow or a soft ball as well. We're going to place it between our knees. Place your feet on the earth. Arms out to a T. Right, and your feet are close enough so you can squeeze that block a little tighter between your knees. Finding Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor. So we're going to inhale soft, a little relaxation between the legs. And then as you exhale, just press your upper leg bones towards each other, squeezing that block. And you'll find the pelvic floor is a little more active. So breathing in, nice and soft. As you exhale, squeeze the block, squeeze the upper leg bones towards each other. And just try that out 2 more times. Nice long inhale breath. And exhaling, squeezing the block. Right, and you'll find your inner thigh muscles active. So we want to keep these strong, right? That supports our knee joint. And one more breath. A lot of times this area we don't use as much, and that allows the patella to move out of place. So we want to keep inner thigh strong. And this time we're going to add on. So we're going to soften, right? Relax the legs. As you exhale, squeeze the block and press your back into the floor. So both locks, the belly and the pelvic floor. On an inhale, we're going to relax both. On an exhale, squeeze and press. Right, couple more times. So nice deep inhale. Let's see if we can exhale a little bit longer. And noticing the inner edges of your feet are pressing down as well. And we'll relax for a moment. Take the block, set it aside. Bring your arms by your sides. Good. As you find all 4 corners of your feet, start to notice as you curl up through your spine, coming to hip bridge, that we are pressing into the inner edges of our feet as well as the outer edges as we start to roll up. So you'll find the pelvic floor is engaged, inner thigh muscles engaged as well. And then slowly start to come back down. See if you can find each vertebrae. Not letting the knees rock out to the sides, but keeping them upright. Well, we can add those arms on the next time we roll up. So just curling that tailbone under, starting to lift, roll through the spine. Lifting the arms up as we go. Right, finding that top part of our thoracic spine, maybe even the cervical spine. Pause, check your feet, take a breath, and then start to descend, right? Start to roll back down, finding each vertebrae on the way back down. So really important. Strengthen the back and the glutes and inner thigh muscles, pelvic floor. Relax at the bottom. And how about we take one more roll up? So a little tuck here. Find the sacrum. Find the lumbar spine, thoracic spine. All the way up, heart space wide open. Take a breath here. Inner edges of the feet still pressing down. Good, and then slowly start your descent. Several breaths will get you there. And as you find the bottom, let's let our legs just soften out to the sides in reclined bound angle. So bottoms of your feet touch, knees relax out, arms out to the side and rest. It's a good time to find that nice breath moving in. So as you feel the inhalation, just find your belly rising, right? So there's a little change in the shape of your abdomen. And as you exhale, your belly is relaxing back. Notice if you feel any restriction here. Want to take nice deep breaths so the diaphragm has movement up and down freely. We're not holding or shortening our breath. And one more nice deep inhale. Notice the shape of your belly rise. And as you exhale, let the belly gently fall back, releasing tension if you can. Good. We'll swing our arm out to the side, bring our knees back to neutral. All right. And let's go ahead and hug both knees into our chest. You might reach in front or behind. And just a little rock side to side, just finding rolling over any tension in your back, your glute muscles. Right, it's about self-care as we start to remove or just be aware of this body. We can start to move to more subtle layers of ourselves, relaxing more deeply into meditation. So as you roll back to neutral, just pause right here, place your feet back to earth, stretch your arms out to the side, and we'll take a spinal twist. So you decide if you keep your feet down or you could lift them up. And we'll drop our knees over to the right, right? Just let the knees be heavy, the legs be soft. And then check in with your breath, right? That left scapula softens back towards earth. And the left back of our arm is anchored down. We're not pulling too far, so we don't want our arm to come off the earth. We only want to go far enough just to, again, feel that stretch right across your chest, maybe into and around your armpit. Take a nice deep breath. And start to peel off those layers of tension in this physical body as best we can at a rate that works for you, right? Your pace. So we're going to bring our knees back to neutral and drop to the other side. You might let your head turn towards the opposite direction, taking a couple breaths there. Stay in that spinal twist for several breaths. And let's go ahead and swing our legs back to neutral. And pause as you feel the sacrum touch the earth, reach behind your knees. We're going to flex our toes back towards our shins and just inhale, stretch your heels up towards the sky, right? And you can press your femur bones into your hands. So you're feeling that strength in the quadricep. Exhale, bring your heels back down towards your glutes. Inhale, flex your heels as high as they go. And nothing forced, right? And exhale, heels towards your glutes. Inhale, stretch, lengthen from hip to heel. Toes gently pulled back towards shins. And exhale, heels back towards glutes. Right, so just feel that. Check in with your hamstrings this morning. Good, maybe one more breath just to feel that length. And gently pull in. We're going to touch our left foot to the floor. Reach just the right leg up. Maybe slide the left leg straight, optional, and just a couple breaths here. You gently draw inward. We get a little more present in the body. Right? What happens when we flex or point the foot? How does it change that stretch? What feels good to you? What is a strain? Maybe we need to soften the knee a little bit, right? So really listening, how does this change our stretch? Maybe a soft knee, maybe a stretched knee. Good, we're gonna go ahead and bring that foot back to floor. Draw your left leg in, reach behind. Good. We'll slide the right leg out if you want to, that's optional. And then stretch your left leg high, hamstring stretch. And several breaths, right? As you remain neutral in your pelvis against the floor. We're not rolling to one side or the other. Reconnecting to our breath as we maybe flex or point the foot. How does it change your stretch? So these bodies carry our life experiences, right? So a lot of times, we're releasing repetitive patterns or habits of being just from our physical body. And we'll bring that foot back to floor. Take a full body stretch, nice deep inhale. As you exhale, just float your arms to your sides and bend your knees. Good. And we'll go ahead and swing our legs over to the side. Come on up. And we'll come to a table position. Right? Just finding our spine. Just briefly, our brief bout in our table on our knees. Not too long here. Right? Spread your hands. Find your palms pressing down to earth. Crease of your wrists right under your shoulders. And, a connection with our shin bones, right? So we're pressing gently into the tops of our feet. So here we are. Let's take a breath to look forward. Let the belly drop and just stretch from your navel to your chin. The belly drops down. As you exhale, just a slow descent back halfway, right? Just starting to test our knee flexion. So can be very tender in the knees. So just testing it out. Your body's depth. Inhale up again. Exhale, little tuck of the tailbone as we bring our sitting bones back towards our heels. And always being mindful of your knees, your body. Maybe you find a helpful stretch. Maybe it's still a little too much, so you have to really just pay attention. Where's your edge? And inhale, right? Every day could be different. So we're just bringing that kindness, right, towards this body. Can we be kind and be aware? It's a practice for our mind as well. right? It's so easy to judge ourselves. And come all the way back if it's available. If not, you could be up on your knees. We're going to come into child's pose or downward puppy with your hips up over your knees. Take several breaths in your child's pose if that's comfortable for you. Notice how you feel. So we practice checking in with ourselves, and hopefully we take that practice off the mat. So we check in with how we feel in all situations and honor ourselves. So let's come all the way up. I'm going to come to standing. So, and just bring your chair close to your mat. Good. So as we arrive here, let's just find ourselves in mountain, right? Toes neutral. Rooted and present in our mountain pose. We find our thighs lifting slightly as we press into all 10 toes, spreading the toes, rising, rolling shoulders back a bit. So we could take a breath. Lift your shoulders, roll them back and down. Turn your palms forward. Notice your scapula dropping down onto your back, your chin level with the floor. And this nice tall posture, present within ourselves, within our physical form. Okay, let's just take a few breaths. We're going to reach all the way up. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart, just pressing your palms and fingertips together. Just 3 more breaths like that. Strong in your legs, but allowing your rib cage to expand, your belly to expand. And as you exhale, bring your awareness to your heart center, settling into the space of the heart and lungs. Right, we're gathering up all this energy from our environment and just bringing that nice aliveness into ourselves, right? They call this prana in yoga. Prana is our life force energy or chi. Good. See how you feel. We're going to take a walk to face our chair. Just bring your hands right below your shoulders. Step back far enough so you can, keep those hands under your shoulders to start. We're going to take some cat and cows. So as you bring your weight into your heels a bit, let your belly drop. Bring your heart space forward, cow pose. As you exhale, slowly round that spine like an ocean wave. Tuck your belly, tuck your chin. Inhale. Scapula move towards each other and we look forward, our chin lifts. Exhaling, scapula move apart. We push into our palms gently, rounding the spine. So finding that awareness from our base to our crown, inhaling, lifting chin. Exhaling right back down the spine to our pelvic floor. All right, we create a little more rhythmic pattern in our breathing, loosening any restricted or uncertain patterns of breath. So let's come back to a neutral spine and just come all the way up. Right, stand tall. See how you feel. Good. step back a little bit from your chair. I'm going to take um, a little movement with breath and just to expand our breathing, only coming as low in a forward bend as you're comfortable. So we're gonna clasp our hands, bring our inhale up, stretch the palms to the sky. As you exhale, reach outwards. If this is comfortable, your belly is engaged, right? We're holding the low belly. And then come down. Inhale, turn your palms up to come up the front side of your body and stretch tall. Exhale, forward bend, lengthening your spine out. Good. So again, listening to your breath, your body, the cycle of breath. I'm going to let you do this a little bit on your own. Imagining the cycle of this earth around the sun, right? This is sunrise, sunset. And this last one, bringing your hands up your center, pause at the top, little root down through the balls of your feet, and then lift your heels. See if you can just try for a balance there. Good, really stretching, then lengthening out that spine as you exhale. Keep your crown high, bring your arms down, and feet to floor. Good, rest. We'll walk forward, bringing our hands to the chair, and just walking back to a downward dog. So let's bring our hips back over our heels, lengthen out through your side ribs. Drop your chin, right? So you feel that length behind your cervical spine. Reconnecting to your breath, lifting up through your quadriceps. You might press into your toes. Find the front side of your legs a little more active. So we're not just stretching, but we have this strength going on as well. And we'll soften our knees and just walk your feet forward. And come all the way up. Nice and tall. Just let us sigh out. Take a deep breath. Step wide. And let your nice long sighing breath come out like a be releasing any tension that built up. Let's turn our toes towards the chair. So we come into warrior 2 feet, legs nice and tall, right? We're going to go ahead and bend that left knee over the ankle. Lengthen through your right leg so it's stretching back. We're feeling all 4 corners of that foot. That spread the heart of the foot pressing in, and the knee pit or the right behind the knee is lengthening. As we bend this left leg, finding it over that lifted ankle, nice tall ankle. We might bring our elbow to our thigh or even our hand to our chair. See what works for side angle. So we're going to go ahead and sweep our right arm up and over. And keeping our heart space open to the side. And a couple breaths. If this bothers your arm, don't bring it all the way up, right? So adjust, be compassionate, find your body's way. Might and turn your chin upwards. One more breath. Find weight in that left heel as you remain upright in your left knee. And right away, we're going to stretch that right arm up and just straighten that left leg, coming into triangle. So, yeah, we're not going to totally straighten that left leg. We're going to keep it a little bit loose. Draw the navel to spine, so anchoring this pose in our belly. A couple breaths so we feel the sense of connection to breath in our back as well as our chest. See if your mind kind of went off in different directions. Bring it back, noticing the body, being here in the now. And we'll bring that right arm down and around, touch the chair, and shorten your stance. Right, so finding pyramid pose. So as we walk back, we're going to keep our left foot ahead of the right. Lift your toes for a moment if you can. You can try that out. You'll find a little lift up through your leg muscles, and then plant your toes back down. Soften a bit in your left knee as you walk your hands forward and drop your chin. Just a couple breaths here, right? Finding our pyramid posture and our breath. You might let out a nice sigh on your exhale to make sure you exhale completely. And then we'll just soften our knees, step forward. We're going to stay on this side, left foot close to the chair. Right foot is still going to be short, a couple feet behind, but we're a little closer to our chair now. Good. Find the roots down through your legs, right? Nice and tall. And then just hinge at your hips. We're going to bring our right hand to the base of the seat. Good. So if you adjust your feet, have your hip bones face the floor, you might start to rotate your chest to the left. So taking this revolved triangle, right? So find your left ribs rotating upwards. Some could leave your arm on your side, or if it's comfortable, you could reach it overhead. Staying grounded in that right heel. Your inner thighs a little squeezing towards each other. We don't want to roll outward in our feet. Let's take one more breath. And then circle back down and around. Hands to chair, and we'll step forward. Good. Find your feet, push into earth, right? We're here, and rise up through your sides. Reach tall. And hands to your heart. Exhaling. Good. Let's go ahead to the other side. We'll step our right foot close to the chair. Stepping wide, right? Finding our wide-legged stance. Turn your toes towards the right foot especially all the way towards the right end of your chair. If that feels right in your body, right? So you want to kind of adjust. Turning and opening through your thighs. We're going to bend that right knee. Staying long and lengthen through your left leg, press into your foot. Especially that big toe and inner edge, because that can roll out. So keep that pressed down. Let's reach our right hand to or forearm to our thigh or right hand to our chair, coming into a side angle. And check out your knee. Don't let it roll in or out, right? So sometimes it's helpful to have that forearm on the knee. Gently press the knee into the arm and reach up and over your body step. Right, really active here. We're not just caving into that shoulder. We're staying with the pressure downward in our palm and in our arm, our right arm. One more breath. Here you are, here now. And let's reach with the left arm. Just straighten that right leg slightly. Spin a little bit more open on your left side and come into triangle. Right? You could turn, look down with your head. Maybe look up, exploring that posture. Good. We'll go ahead and sweep our left arm down and around, turning towards the chair. Staggered feet, shorten your stance for pyramid. So again, we're going to stagger our feet, gently walk back as we send our hips back between our feet, standing on both, lengthening our spine, hugging those inner thighs towards each other, and breathe. Arrive with your mind as well. So let your mind move into the whole capacity of your body. Sometimes just sensing yourself from head to toe, from hand to hand, the whole sensation of you. Allows us to start to move towards meditation. And we'll lift. Let's go ahead and step forward, stepping our right foot close to the chair. And again, to that same pyramid stance, staggered feet, but we're a little closer to the chair. Left hand to the seat, right? Strong legs, but not locked knees. And we'll start to rotate towards the right, finding your revolved triangle, right? Inner thighs gently squeeze towards each other, staying upright in your ankles. And a breath. And your arm again could be down lower or even on your side. And then we'll lower or turn back towards the chair and step all the way up. Coming all the way to standing and rest. As you come up, your tailbone drops and your lower ribs come in. Taking a breath, let's step wide, toes turned out. Inhaling out and up. Let's bring our hands down the center, bending our knees. So allowing a calming, right, a cooling down to earth. It's about 3 breaths to transition. Deep breath in, filling the belly, and deep breath out. Nothing forced though, right? Just want to feel, can we feel a little more openness between the abdomen and the thoracic area of our body to breathe deeper, creating a nice rhythmic pattern in our breath allows us to reduce stress. Good. We'll come back and just turn your toes in, step in, see how you feel. Maybe taking a moment for that bit of inner smile. Or just allow the edges of our mouth, the corners of our eyes to smile just about where we are right now. Smiling inwardly with the good, the bad, whatever's present, just life. Okay, just returning your breath to a natural pace. We'll come back down to the floor, coming all the way onto your back. Take a nice full body stretch again. If you find when you're on your back, your head is tilted back and your chin is lifted, if you need to keep your chin level, put a blanket behind your head, just elevating it slightly so you don't strain your neck. Good. So we're gonna just again take that full body stretch. Inhale, breath. And then as you exhale, just bend your knees, right? Pace your feet flat, arms return. So our spine is adjusted and neutral. We're going to take our right ankle, cross it over our left, just with an outward drop of that knee coming into reclined pigeon. So let's go ahead and if you care to, this might be a stretch enough for many, just kind of pressing that right thigh bone outwards. Others might lift your left leg, reach behind it, and hug it a little closer to the belly. Noticing your shoulders here. So a lot of times we lift our shoulders forward away from the ground. Let's see if we can press our shoulders back towards the earth. It's a great way to strengthen our posture. So take a couple breaths. Noticing where there's tension and sending the breath there. As you release and touch that left foot to the earth, we're going to lift that right leg and just hug the front side of the shin. Inhale. As you exhale, you could lift your chest, your shoulders, your head, tuck your belly. Just feel a connection to your core. Optional lift of that left leg out in front, right? Finding that connection to that abdominal wall. Breathing in the thoracic area. Mostly our belly is compressed. And then touch your foot to floor, both feet to floor. Relax the belly. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take the left ankle over the right knee. Right, let it fall out to the side. Little pressure on the thigh. If that's where you want to stay, you could press gently on that left thigh. For others, you might reach through and gently bind behind the right leg, behind the knee, or in front of the shin, taking several breaths. So as you draw your upper arm bones back towards the floor, let's go ahead and release those legs. And touch your right foot to floor, reach in front of the left shin. Inhale here. As you exhale, lift your chest, your shoulders, your head towards your knee. Pause and hold, connecting to low belly. You might stretch your right leg out to a hover. That's an optional. Hold for 3 breaths. Press your belly to the floor. Touch your right foot down and relax back. Good. Touch the left foot down. Rest your legs, your belly, and your breath. Good. I'm going to come back to that left leg, taking half happy baby. So a lot of hips today. We're going to hold that left ankle or the bottom of the foot. And you could also use a strap here if you want. Take the strap around your foot and then gently pull downwards. So we're bringing the thigh bone towards the floor, right? So our thigh bone moving towards perpendicular to the floor. You may not be there, that's okay. And as you bring your leg to the outer edge of your left rib cage, take a couple breaths, just pulling gently down. Remember, the breath is an opportunity to check back with where your awareness is in your body. Are you turning away from intensity or are you being present there? Meeting it with breath. And we'll just release that leg. Touch the foot to floor. And coming back to the other side. So maybe we'll pause for a moment, just check out your hip joints. Maybe there's a little warmth or heat in one side. Then go to your right leg. Hold the ankle or bottom of the foot, or switch your strap to that foot. And just start to pull downwards, right? So the leg, the thigh bone's moving to the outer edge of your right rib cage. And trying to be mindful of your pelvis staying neutral on the earth. Take a few breaths as you gently pull downwards and see your edge here. Just see how it feels. Noticing the sensation or aliveness in your body, we come into the now, this moment. And we'll release, and you might just hold both at the same time, both ankles, both feet. If you have a strap, you might just hold wherever you can, right? And just rock back and forth, just like a baby playing with their feet, stretching one leg straight when you go that direction and the other leg straight to the other side, right? Just moving in the knee joints and the hip joints, flexing the feet, stretching the Achilles. Maybe take one more rock side to side. And come back to neutral. See how you feel. Touch your feet to earth. Hip joints relax and arms fold out to the side. Good. Allow the body to rest on the earth for a breath or two. Noticing if the throat The roof of the mouth have tensed up. Allow them to relax. In our last posture, I thought we would just take a leg elevation. Couple options. You could just put pillows behind your knees or a mild lift or inversion. You could also put your legs up on a chair. So you could take your lower legs onto the chair, bend your knees, slide close. If you'd like more of an inversion, you could put your legs up the wall as well, if you've done that before. Yeah. So allowing your body to come into this inversion, right? As long as inversions are good, as long as you don't have any unmedicated high blood pressure, which can, we want to maybe avoid an inversion like this too high anyway, maybe just lower legs. And also any glaucoma, so any eye problems. We don't want extra pressure in our heads. So, but as you come into your body's inversion here, just let yourself drop in and relax. There's a shift of our internal energy flow, right? As we work with gravity, there's an ease on the heart as blood flow, venous return to the heart is a little easier. The baroreceptors in our vascular system also sense a shift, and they'll allow more of a balanced breath and nervous system saying rest and digest. Might take a slow scan through the body, noticing where you can let go just a little bit more. Behind the eyes, skin of the forehead, space of the mouth, space of the chest, lungs and heart, space of the abdomen, the stomach and the liver, other organs of the abdominal area. Moving into the space of the pelvis, reproductive organs, digestive organs. Noticing if your arms are pulling away from the earth or rested back. Returning to this moment, just as it is, following the inhale and the exhale. Of course, you're always free to rest in Shavasana or in this leg elevation as long as you'd like. Sometimes we just need this connection back to the earth to ground all our scattered energies where we don't know where to land and what to focus on. Come back to the earth, feel your body there. Give a sense of ground to your mind and emotions. Just watching. So as we move towards the end of our class, you could either stop your video and stay in Shavasana a while, or you might just start to move your body and transition with mindfulness back into your day. So not jumping into, okay, got my yoga done and check the box, but take your yoga with you in every moment. Coming back into your body allows you to slow this mind down. Sense with all your senses, not react, but respond, mindfully aware. So we'll just bring our hands to our heart. That divine light in me bows to the divine light in each of you. Honor your heart today. Namaste.